Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Angela. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Before I get started, I want to go over my disclaimers. If you are in immediate danger, please call 911, or you can reach out to the domestic hotline at 800-799-SAFE, 800-799-7233. And for mental health resources, reach out to NAMI at 800-950-NAMI, 800-950-6264. You can also text at 1714, it's 741741 for excuse me. And for additional resources, reach out to the National Suicide Hotline at 988. You can text or call that number. With that being said, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. So today I want to talk to you about continuing with what's affecting your growth and how do you continue to heal. So depression, the life after a narcissist, you feel like you've been freed and you're going to deal with going through the changes, and then also being by yourself and starting anew. And like I said the other day, I had made it through all of that and I was feeling like I was just on cloud nine, and I wanted to come out and start this channel and share this with you all. So of course, my sister passed, and when you lose someone, there's a big change, but you go through this depression, and that's when the devil comes in and try to sit with you in your depression. I've said many times before, when something ends, a relationship, whatever the case may be, allow yourself to feel those emotions, but don't sit in it. And so I found myself almost sitting in the depression. I've gotten rid of a narcissist, and I was able to see the people that I needed to get rid of during the time of my sister passing. So, but still it didn't stop me from being depressed, feeling like, what's the use? Why should I come out here and talk to you all and share on my channel about anything when I feel so broken and depressed? So, and feeling that way, that's when the devil comes and he starts to talk to you. He starts to make you feel bad about all the things that you've done in your life, And one thought came, if you were still with your ex-husband, he would have been there for you. You wouldn't have felt so alone. I mean, I know your kids are there, but you would have had someone that was there for you. And even in this state that I was in, I realized that the devil was trying to pull me back into a narcissistic hole. And so I realized that no, I was delivered from that, and I'm not going back. I don't care what happens to my life or what happens in my life or what comes at me. I'm not going back into a relationship that meant that God delivered me from. And so I had to see that there were still other people that I was holding on to. Maybe I wasn't talking to them every day or being around them, but energetically I was holding on to these people, and Spirit had to come and show me that I needed to be released from that. I was depressed. I didn't feel like getting out of bed. I didn't feel like doing too much, and the job that I had allowed me to take time off to even work at home. But I realized working from home at this time wasn't too good for me. I needed to get out and face the world. I needed to get out and not sit in my depression, because when you sit in your depression, that's when narcissistic people tend to gravitate toward you. And let me explain that to you. So I went back to work, and Friday was a hard day for me. Out of all the days, Friday was the hardest because there wasn't a lot of people in the office, and I was really busy. I got a few phone calls, and these people reminded me of the narcissistic people that I had just gotten rid of. you know. And it got to a point to where it got me almost out of my composure. I had to think about what I was doing and how I needed to handle these people. And Spirit always plays the ally right there when you don't even know. Like I said, it wasn't a lot of people in work or at work at that time, and it was close to the end of the day, and this girl, lady, she was a few rows, and she heard my conversation. And so I stood up to get myself ready to go. I was going to leave early because I just had it, and it seemed like everything was coming at me, and I just wasn't in the mood. But she says to me, she said, "Oh, that last phone call," she said, it was so much, and she said, "I hope you're getting ready to leave." I said, "Well, I am." And she said, "Well, people just need to chill out." And it was just the little bit that she said. And it's always feeling like that God has always got people standing in your corner, even when you don't know it, when you've been through the worst and you're trying to get out of it because you've been through a narcissistic relationship or whatever the case may be, and you don't know which way to turn and you're depressed from it. It's always right around you. God is always covering you when you least expect it, when you need it the most. So don't give up. Don't sit in your depression and allow it to take you down. Don't feel like you shouldn't move forward with your life because you have left this person. They often say a relationship is like a death. And I agree, because you go through the phases of the change, the depression, the guilt, the anger, and just dealing with people on a daily basis. You go through that. So because you have moved on from a person that was in your life, and you've left this relationship because it was something that you thought would never end, and you finally got the courage to move on because you had to. You are feeling like you have lost something, but don't get stuck in that depression. Don't allow it to eat at you. Don't allow the devil to sit with you and tell you, well, you should have stayed. It's going to be hard for you now that you have moved on from this person, and it wasn't that bad. Why did you change things? Why did you move? This person wasn't putting their hands on you. They were there when you needed them, but you just couldn't forgive some of the things that they did. So the devil will sit in your ear and tell you all sorts of things. And I know that a lot of people on my channel, a few of you all, have moved on, and that's the best thing that you could have done. Don't allow, I know it's been a few months that some of you have moved on, and I know the rush, and I know the feeling of moving on and feeling so great and feeling good about yourself. But I know that sometimes during the day you feel like you may have made a big mistake. You've broken up a family. You now have to do everything by yourself, and that's just depression. That's just the devil trying to make you feel like you made the worst choice. And I'm here to tell you, you didn't. Things are going to come your way, and you're still going to have to deal with life. So shake it off, step up, and don't allow your depression to keep you down. And I'm speaking to myself as well. I've suffered a loss, but I can't change it. This was already in the plans. God knew what was coming. God has been here for me. He's never left me. So I can't sit here and feel sorry for myself, because I'm not the only one that has lost someone. I spoke about my ex-friend who lost her daughter. She handled it totally different than I would have. I knew their relationship was very bad, but whatever the case may be, we all go through loss, and there's nothing you can do to change it, because it's in God's plan. And if you sit around and allow the loss of your relationship to keep you down, to keep you stuck, then you're not being fair to yourself. You're not living the life that God has for you. So keep that in mind. Don't sit in your depression too long. Don't allow it to keep you down. If you know someone that's going through this, please share this video. If it's you that's going through it, watch it as many times as you need to. And thank you for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow.